Thank you, Madam Mr. Chairman. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your many years of service in lots of different ways. Section 9 of TSCA requires EPA to consult and coordinate with other federal agencies on its TSCA activities for existing chemical reviews to maximize enforcement and reduce duplication. Long-standing executive orders also require interagency reviews of significant EPA actions. I guess the question is, why hasn't EPA sought feedback from other agencies like USDA, FDA, the Small Business Administration, or Department of Defense on its soon-to-be-released draft of the TSCA risk evaluation of formaldehyde?
Well, thanks very much for that question, Senator. We actually engage more across the executive branch than I think had previously been done. We have an interagency TSCA group that includes membership of DOD, the Ag Department, FDA. It meets almost monthly, every month or two, I think. And we do talk to them in a very proactive way about the work that we expect to be coming up. We talk to them about the chemicals that we've just put onto the TSCA process before those chemicals were named to the public. So we're actually doing a lot of very proactive engagement with the rest of the federal family, and we'll certainly be doing that when it comes time to release our draft formaldehyde risk assessment as well.
Well, I understand the problem of being underfunded. But also, I do think there's a lot of stovepiping. We should be working more interagency. Here's what the small business said in their file comments last month on your risk evaluation framework rule. Quote, EPA should commit to a robust interagency process for review of the draft and final risk evaluations. Quote, unfortunately, neither the preamble nor the current EPA practice reflect the commitment to interagency collaboration. EPA's risk evaluations, quote, create a significant risk that the resulting risk management regulations will impose unnecessary and duplicative burdens on small businesses with minimal public benefits, end quote. Quote, it is not good use of EPA's resources to duplicate the effort and expertise of these other federal offices, end quote.
I think we greatly value the input from other federal agencies that we get during both the risk evaluation process and the risk management process, which does go through formal interagency review. And we've been proactively reaching out to the agencies that we know use some of the chemicals that we're looking at to make sure that we account for critical uses and needs that they might continue to have. I think those conversations are going really well. I've personally been involved in many of them, and we do take that responsibility to talk to the other agencies extremely seriously.
I have the opportunity to serve also as ranking member on agriculture. Formaldehyde is something that many users use there to keep us safe and keep our food supply safe, keep it affordable. Pork farmers use formaldehyde to reduce virus infectivity in pigs, as a barn disinfectant, protect against African swine fever. Egg producers rely on formaldehyde during incubation to help protect hatching eggs against bacteria like salmonella, animal feed. Again, the list goes on and on. Is it true that the EPA is considering an existing chemical exposure level for formaldehyde, which is lower than the levels of formaldehyde humans exhale, and as much as 16 times below exposure levels set in European jurisdictions?
Well, first of all, let me just say that we have a great relationship with your staff on the Senate Ag Committee. Same with Senator Stabeno's staff. We view that relationship as extremely constructive and collaborative. I'd also note that the pesticidal uses of formaldehyde are not subject to TSCA. But getting to your question about the exposure limits, We haven't calculated a level like that for formaldehyde yet. It's something that we do at the end of our draft risk evaluation process, and so we haven't published one. But I can commit to you that if the risk evaluation which by law is not supposed to consider costs and other non-risk factors like the ones you're raising, if we end up with a level like that in the draft risk evaluation that can't be measured because it's below background, we'll say right in the draft risk evaluation that it won't be the thing that we would propose to do in our rule. And we're not gonna propose something that can't be met if that's the way it turns out in our risk evaluation.
I would hope not. Thank you.